welcome back out to the range. Today we're going to be continuing our series with the 5.7 by 28. Today we're going to be looking at the Speer Gold Dot. I got my 3 pistols, the 2 rocks, the 1 M&P 5.7. We're going to take a look at this projectile. Let's go. The 3 pistols that I have, the 4.7 inch rock, 5.0 inch M&P, and the 5.2 inch rock again. We're taking a look at the velocities with the Speer Gold Dot. It's a 40 grain projectile, so I expect these to be a little bit slower, but it's supposed to be a personal protection round. It's a hollow point. We'll see how it does with velocity wise and how it handles in these guns. Okay, so first up we got the rock, the 4.7 inch barrel. This is error. These may be going slow enough. I might have to change my settings on my lab radar. We'll see. Nope, 1675. I was just too far away. 1682. Error, couldn't acquire. It's right on that edge. 1709. 1677. Error again. 1703, and what do I mean by it's right on that edge? So the lab radar has a velocity setting, has a handgun, and has a rifle. 1600, 1700, 1500 feet per second on these settings is right in between the range where it needs to shift over between handgun and rifle. On some 5.7 by 28 rounds, I have to shoot it on this handgun setting. Some rounds I have to shoot it on the rifle setting. That's just what the lab radar is going to be looking for in the velocity, and this is in between. So let's just, while we're yapping away and talking, let's get what the average was. I'm not going to reshoot that. Positive is that this appears to function really well. And we have an average of 1689, high of 1709, low of 1675. Standard deviation of 15.8, and we got 5 shots recorded. Let's move on to the M&P. 1687. Couldn't acquire it. Try to get right behind it. 1699. 1704. Couldn't acquire it. I know I look silly, but that last one was 1679, and this is 1683. Let's just take a quick look at what we got. Again, usually the 4.7 inch barrel from the rock and the M&P 5.0 inch barrel, 5.7 but 5.0 inch barrel usually end up with almost the same velocities. So this one had a 1690 velocity, very similar, with a high of 1704, low of 1679, standard deviation of 10.6, and 5 shots were recorded. Let's go on to the 5.2 inch barrel. Okay, we got the 5.2 inch rock. 1747. Ooh. Did not get an ejection on that. That's interesting. This could be this mag though. 1747. 1761. 1750. 1728. And 1733. I wouldn't blame this on this. This is a mag that definitely has had some issues, so I would not blame it on that. So for the add up, we have a average of 1744, so it picked up nicely. The standard deviation of 13.2, and number of shots that it registered was 5, similar with all the rest. We're going to take a look at some accuracy that we can get out of this. I have a little setup that we're going to do. I usually like to do practical accuracy and stand and shoot, but today I'm going to be shooting off a rest just for the sakes of kicks and giggles. So first up, I got the rock. Boy, the rock is having a little bit of a hard time today. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm definitely shooting high on this target, so we are not doing a great job. We'll just keep going. I think it is hitting it.
Also on that first one was a weird ka-ching, and I might have been touching the bag.
All right, let's bring up the MMP because I end up shooting a little better. This has a little added advantage of having the light on it that fits into that well a little bit more secure. Not bad. Again, we're at about 16 yards. Okay, so this was the rock, and I definitely had a couple of hiccups with that. And then this is the M&P, but again, I don't know that you can tell a whole hell of a lot of a business. You know, most of them maybe are in this little square here. That's maybe a 2-inch square, and I don't know, maybe the spread's just a little bit wider there, but for all practical purposes, I don't think there's any difference. Don't worry about this left to right, up, down. These guns were zeroed with different ammunition. So the fact that we're shooting a new ammunition that's a little bit off right or whatever, that doesn't really matter. We're looking at how tight that group is. Maybe a little bit tighter, but I definitely had a flyer way up there on that MMP. I don't think I had any major flyers on the rock, so that was pretty good. But again, could be me. Had a couple of nice little tight shots right on top of each other, but that 4 cluster shot group right there was pretty good too. So, okay, just want to finish up by comparing the Speer Gold Dot with some other ammunition that's out there. Some other 40 grains, we got some American Federal Eagle with 1634 compared to the 1744 out of the 5.2-inch rock. And that's getting 237 energy foot-pounds versus the Speer Gold Dot is 270. But then when you look at comparing it against some of the energy foot-pounds of the Elite Ammunition, the Vanguard Outfitters, the Fiocchi Hyper Performance, it's really just not performing. And then again, I want to call attention to the AAC 40 grain ammunition, which is performing at a pretty high level. But again, some of the other ammunitions I have had performance issues or manufacturing issues with the Elite Ammunition, the Vanguard Outfitters, and the AAC. So just something to consider when you're considering which type of ammo that you should be shooting. Again, I really don't think that the Speer Gold Dot malfunctions today were related to the actual ammunition and more related to my specific gun. You could argue that with other times I've had problems, but I really don't think that's the issue. I'll do a follow-up video where I shoot more of this Speer Gold Dot just for reliability, and we'll take out a look at it from that perspective, and we'll go into some of the reliability issues that I've had with the PSA Rock pistols. So thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.